I just want to ask you a few things like how's your work life going?
You mean work or life? And how much I struggle to balance work and my personal life. On weekdays, I'll be a different person on the whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually good that you want to do more and contribute to the organization, but it becomes bad when you are toxically doing it that you don't care about your personal life at all anymore. Do that, you will feel this addiction like I want to do more. I
Trying
want to
to follow schedules itself giving me extra stress, I feel.
You
Okay.
schedule your whole day with these three steps, and the key part here is the step 3. Welcome back to another episode of Chatty Flamingos. You are with Vanmathi and Srikanth. Hey Vanmathi, what's up?
Hi, Srikanth.
I just want to ask you a few things like how's your work life going?
You mean work or life? Anyways,
Uh,
I'll cover both.
yeah, sure.
It's going great for me. I'm on a very good project which is making me use my maximum brain capacity solving riddles, puzzles every day. And we get that satisfaction, right? After we fix bugs or solve any critical business problem, I
Yeah.
get that every single day. And sometimes I feel sick and exhausted also. It happens.
Yeah, work life is so daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
I see that you are talking only about your work life. What about your personal life? Like how well you are managing stuff in your personal life, maybe your hobbies, passion stuff kind of.
Mm, First thing, I'd like to confess before I start. I'm very bad in this area, right? I mean, very often work takes precedence over anything else in my life. I think, Srikanth, you know a lot about this and how much I struggle to balance work and my personal life.
Yeah, true. I try to talk to you a lot and preach you to balance, but then you end up working a lot.
Though I try my best to do few things for myself during weekends like self pamperings, photo shoots, etc. etc. On weekdays, I'll be a different person on the whole.
Yeah, I totally agree with this. Man, I experienced you as different person, like a different personality when you are working.
Yeah. Few things I know. I mean, these are the very main things that I know I'm spoiling, and still I will do.
Hmm.
First thing is, I'll spoil my health. The reason is I cannot eat properly on a hectic work day or a demo day, for example. If I'm working on something very, very important, I can't stop that in between and go and have my lunch or dinner or something. I'll try to finish it and go.
That's a really bad habit.
Sometimes my sleep also. I can't sleep without solving that bug I noticed before closing work. That
Hmm.
that one thing will be running non-stop. So if I finish it, if I fix that bug, only then I can sleep peacefully. I know
Yeah, it
it's very
happens a
bad.
lot.
Yeah. Also, when it comes to family, sometimes I get that feeling of disconnection. Yeah. If my niece is here, she will connect us all. And now that she's not with us, it feels like I only care about my work. It
Yeah,
feels
kids do
bad.
indeed group everyone together. Even I feel alone at my home. Even my mom says like you are living in your own room and I'm living in my own room. If there are some kids,
Right,
they'll kind of connect us together, making fun.
right. These days, so many fights with my besties, yeah. Everything, I think it's because of my desire to succeed professionally, which is making me set all other things aside. You understood, right?
Yeah, I can understand what you are telling, Vanmati, but one thing I
Hmm.
would tell many people ruin their lives just because of this one thing. They all desire perfection in their career, progress in their career, and in
Hmm.
this flow, they'll forget about the other things they have in their life, and this is what will cause lot of trouble in the long run. This is what
Agreed.
will trouble you a lot in your life, and that is specifically called as work life balance. And It might sound more like cliche or some myth that doing work life balance is so difficult, people will say, but it is possible, and it's very crucial, especially at times like this when there is no
Hmm.
border between work and your personal life. Because when your kitchen is your workplace, when your bedroom is your workplace, right? So there should be a perfect balance between your personal life and your work life, and this is very very important, so that you will have a peaceful life.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, what I want from you is, uh, I don't know, you balance work and your personal life perfectly. At least, I feel you're balancing it. You know the art like that. I feel so. Now, I want to know. No, maybe we all want to know how we can also do that. Master it. Asking for expert guidance.
Yeah, sure. I don't call myself an expert in this domain, but I have a decent experience in balancing both work life and personal life. I've been doing it for a while now, and sometimes I step over the edge. Like even I couldn't balance things, but anyhow, I created a framework for having work life balance, and I split it into three levels. So in these three levels of time boxing techniques, the last one is the best one, I would say. So it's
Mhm.
pretty simple like this. When you say fixed time boxing, it is where you plan everything time to time, cutthroat, like blocking every second of your day. And this will make you
Hmm.
feel so tiresome, like robotic.
Yeah, I don't think I can follow a proper schedule.
Yeah, it's okay. We all feel that. We all been there. And
Yeah.
there's this another level, fluid. That's where you schedule something, blocks of time, but then you will move
Hmm.
it back and forth, right? So if someone asks you for
Hmm,
something,
interesting.
you
Hmm.
can swap the timing, like 3 to 4 you want to do something, but then some call came up. Whatever that you
Hmm.
wanted to do at that time, you replace with the call, and whatever the time you scheduled for this call, swap it there. This is called
Oh,
fluid scheduling. But
okay.
as you see, the name itself is fluidity. If it's too fluid, you will be feeling so tired. How long should I swap the stuff? It's not
Yeah, so
scheduling
much
anymore.
lenience.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we need something that incorporates both level 1 and level 2, that is level 3. For example,
Hmm. Okay.
so let's say we are talking about work life balance, right? So you
Yeah.
need to cover a lot of aspects. You need to do a lot of things in your life, like your health,
Hmm.
like your fitness, maybe some mental mindfulness, and talking with
Hmm.
friends, taking care of your healthy and food habits, right?
Definitely.
So
That's where I lag so much.
yeah, I agree. I've seen you working so hard. So
Yeah.
maybe you can try this pattern that I'm telling you now. So
Sure.
how I would usually schedule my days, it's split into three parts.
Hmm.
The first part will usually be disciplined schedule.
Okay.
Second part would be like a fluid schedule. Third part will
Mm-hmm.
be total free thing. You do whatever you want to do, just like that,
Hmm.
right? So as soon as you wake up, what I would suggest is do some mindfulness practice, sort of schedule that into your
Meditation.
day. Right,
Hmm.
exactly. So there are different
Okay.
kinds of meditation apps. Maybe your parents might be experts in it, so you can do that, right?
Hmm.
And then what I would suggest is, this research scientists have been telling that if you do workout in the morning, your brain will be so active. It releases some hormones that help your brain think fast, think smart.
Hmm.
So I would say incorporate some exercises into it. Let it be yoga if you are traditional style. Like there are different styles of exercises,
Yeah.
intense
Right.
workouts, yoga, or general exercises. As soon as your body moves and it's an exercise, you're good to go.
Yes.
Schedule some exercise right after your mindfulness or something like that. Or you can do this mindfulness right after exercise. Either way you like it, right?
Hmm.
And after that, what I would say is take your breakfast first. Don't just jump to the work,
Right.
right?
Very much
And
needed.
correct. When you take your breakfast, right after that, you are supposed to spend some time on it, personal learning. For example, you are someone who is so much interested in becoming
Hmm.
a beauty influencer,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And you might have someone whom you love so much being in that field. You might admire someone. You can watch some of their videos, observe the way they are talking, and learn from them,
Hmm.
something that helps your passion career, right?
Hmm.
And for me, maybe I want to do this podcast. I'll watch a course on how to do a podcast, or I want to learn something else which is specific to my personal development,
Hmm.
right? So schedule this. And
Yes.
very important thing, this you can do your whole day in breaks of time, which is talking with your family, which is I'm a little bit bad at, still I'm working on it. Spending some time with your family is very important. Even 10 minutes in a day, like while you are eating, sit with your family and eat, talk to them, what's happening, how's your life, your struggles, you know, they are the ones who will listen to you. Spend some time with them.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah, I agreed.
So this is where your whole personal life will be shine in the morning, like your workout to mindfulness to family
Hmm.
time, lot of stuff,
Some
right?
courses.
Exactly. And this should be so religiously followed. I was telling there is first part, discipline part, and this is the discipline
Hmm.
part.
Yeah.
If someone calls you in this time, tell them that I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you at this time, and schedule some time to talk to them later, or tell people beforehand that you couldn't, contact with them in this specific time.
Hmm.
And after this is where the fluid schedule starts, your work schedule, right? So when you go into your work schedule, the way I do my work schedule is I'll split it into biphasic. 4 hours I'll work, and then I'll have lunch, and then I'll watch some technology course or something, and then 4 hours I'll work again, right? And
Hmm.
in this part, the key aspect is you being able to get out of that work feel when you have to come out. For example, you might be working so hard to fix an issue, and it's lunchtime.
Hmm.
Many of us go beyond lunchtime. I see people having lunch at 4 p.m., 5 p.m.
Yeah. Yes. It's really difficult, to stop that abruptly and go and eat. I cannot even eat that time. I'll be thinking, I should have done that. I should have tried it like that.
Yeah,
That's why
it
I'll
totally makes
finish and
sense.
go.
It totally makes sense to think
Hmm.
like that, but it's actually affecting your health. If you look at it in the other way, you don't eat on
Yeah.
time, your schedule is ruined, you have health issues, and you won't be able to
Yeah.
work anymore as efficiently as you do. And
Right.
my one trick I would use to swap my mind focus from that to this is called context switching in scientific terms. Switching from what
Mhm.
you are doing to something new, right? That's the problem. You couldn't switch your context from what you are doing, couldn't forget it. So what they
Hmm.
say this context switching is, note down things. For example, you are fixing a bug. Okay, you
Okay.
tried 4 or 5 iterations, 4 or 5 use types of ways which you
Hmm.
thought the possibilities of fixing it. Few more are left. If
Hmm.
you're going to lunch, if it's your lunchtime, pull out your notepad or some written note app in your system and
Okay.
write down all the possible scenarios you want to test. And then
Okay.
check out all the things you already tested, right?
Hmm.
And note down what do you want to do now after testing this. So once you note
Okay.
these things down, you can go and eat. And why I'm telling
Peacefully.
this is exactly. The reason why I tell
Hmm.
this is half of the reason why we couldn't go and eat is we'll think like, what if I forget what I want to do right now? What if I forget after eating lunch? I'll miss the flow. That's the problem we have, correct?
Right.
And when you note things down, you won't have that fear anymore because you put your thoughts down on a paper.
Okay. I think it's
So
going
when
to
you,
work. I should definitely try.
right, then when you put down those thoughts on the paper, it'll help you a
Hmm.
lot in
Yes.
context
Yes.
switching.
Yes. I should
Even,
definitely try this.
yes, and even one more thing I would like to add is especially closing time.
Hmm.
Just like the lunch time, we have the same problem during closing time.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
We all want to work 9 hours a day, and then with or 8 hours a day, for example, we end up working 9 hours, 10 hours. Even for me, who want to work exact 8 hours, I'll end up working 9 to 10 sometimes, or 9 most times, right?
Hmm. You
So
know
the
me, right?
problem, yeah, I know you work 19 hours a day given a chance.
Oh God.
So for you, people like you who couldn't get out of that, context, work context or work mode, this is the trick. What you gotta
Hmm.
do is you gotta do wind down schedule. So it is similar to what you did during context switching during your lunch break. In
Hmm.
your wind down schedule, you will note down everything you did today,
Okay.
and then you will note down everything you have to do tomorrow.
Planning for
Okay,
tomorrow as well. Hmm.
right. It doesn't have to be so point to point. You can generically write what you want to do tomorrow.
Hmm.
Why this helps is there is this addiction for people in the organization. They want to do more and more.
Yeah.
It's actually good that you want to do more and more and contribute to the organization, but it becomes bad when you are toxically doing it, that you don't care about your personal life at all anymore.
Yeah, that's
So
really bad.
yeah, it is indeed. So when you do that, you will feel this addiction, like I want to do more, I want to do more. So when you write down things for tomorrow, imagine this: you wrote list of 5 items you got to finish tomorrow,
Hmm. Okay.
and tomorrow evening you are winding down, you are striking off things you wrote yesterday, and I
Hmm.
assure you, you will have 5 more on your plate extra the next day, right? 5 more than what you
Definitely.
planned yesterday. So
Yeah.
when you are winding up, you can understand you planned only 5 things for the day, which is successfully finished,
Hmm.
right? And you
Right.
got extra 5 items on your plate, out of which you might have already finished 1 or 2 extra again.
Hmm.
So whatever 3 is left is actually not you what you planned for the day. It is something you are supposed to do the next day, and yet you did something extra.
Hmm.
This
I
gives
get
you
it.
a sense of completion,
Hmm.
right? When you have the sense of completion, like I actually did things I'm supposed to do for the day, and whatever I'm doing is extra. So when the time comes, you can tell yourself, I can move this task list to tomorrow. Again, you plan this task for tomorrow.
With that satisfaction, I can close
Exactly.
work and go to sleep. I can sleep peacefully. That's what
Right.
you're telling, right? Yeah, I get the point.
Exactly. Many people have this problem of unsatisfaction, best people, worst people, all along, because they want to do more and they can't measure their progress. When you put it down on note and strike them off and plan them a day beforehand, you can see the progress and you can see the completion, which gives you that satisfaction to close the work and dive into your personal life.
Right. I think you addressed all the four problems I said, I think. And I'm going to try everything you said. The context switching, I really liked it. And this also.
That's
So,
fantastic to hear. And there is one more thing I left out, the third part of the day. But actually, there is nothing much to tell for this. It's like the freestyle day. Once you close your work, don't plan
hmm.
anything. Just do as you like. You want to talk to your father, go to your father, spend some time with him. Or you want to watch
Hmm.
Netflix, watch Netflix.
Yeah.
No one's going to bother with you. As long as you want to do it, and then go to bed happily. So this gives.
Scrolling Instagram, chatting with friends.
Right, right. So this gives you, end of the day, you feel like you did whatever you want freely before you sleep.
Hmm.
Don't feel like I scheduled my day. So this is where the 3 parts of scheduling of your day comes in while balancing your work and personal life.
That's really awesome. Like, I'm feeling, now itself, I'm feeling like I can do this. Yes, Monday I'm going to try this, like that. That energy.
Awesome, Vanmathi. Awesome.
But I am the one who loves planning and scheduling things. You know, right? I will spend
Mm-hmm.
2 hours, 3 hours to prepare a proper schedule which I will think will work for me. I will plan everything, including my lunch, dinner, everything, breakfast, everything. Also taking care of myself, book reading, everything. But I will always end up following my default schedule, which is working.
Right,
Sometimes
yeah.
trying to follow schedules itself giving me extra stress, I feel. That time I will console myself by saying, okay, it's okay, Anmati, don't worry, let's not follow any schedules for today, just chill. Then again default mode on, which is working all the time.
Mm-hmm. So you are back to defaults all the way again.
Yeah. Yeah, even my manager and my team lead will scold me if I work late nights or very early in the mornings. So I will set myself as a way and work.
Well, you got a wonderful
That's
team lead and a bad habit.
yeah, that's how much I got used to it. I hope they're not listening. Oh god, I'm confessing back to back so many things. I think we should name this podcast itself Confessions of a Software Developer.
Probably. And so, if you are feeling obstacles like this, so this is what I
Hmm.
would ask you to do. We are actually hardwired to forcibly do follow schedules. For example, you might be studying your whole life going to college, right, from morning to evening. And then when you shifted from college to work life, I'm pretty sure you would have struggled at least for a week or 10 days
Hmm.
working from day to evening. And but actually how you got accustomed to it, because it's a forced schedule, right? You don't have an option, you are
Hmm.
supposed to work.
Yes.
So forcefully you tuned your mind. Whereas for the scheduling, after you schedule whole thing, you don't have to forcefully do that, because if you don't do the job, you won't get the salary. But if you don't follow the schedule, nothing wrong will happen. At least in the short run, nothing wrong will happen, right?
Hmm.
And then who cares about what happens in the long run? That's what we think.
Yeah.
What I would suggest is that there are four steps for this, and one step I already spoke to you in the previous explanation. It's a shutdown time, wind up schedule, noting down stuff.
Hmm.
And other thing I would say, the second one is take one thing at a time. You
Okay.
schedule your whole day with these three steps, and once you schedule your whole day into these three parts, fixed, fluid, and discipline free schedule, what
Hmm.
happens is you start focusing on one part alone. Probably first 1 week or 2 weeks you'll focus on the fixed schedule, the morning part.
Okay.
Okay, so this will be less work for you, right? So one by
Hmm.
one you will focus, and then after 2 weeks you will be already got used to first part of the schedule, right?
Hmm.
Now you would focus on second part, work life, how you balance and stuff, right?
Right.
And then do that for 2 weeks. Right after 2 weeks, and third one you don't have to schedule real. It's a freestyle. You want to do whatever you want.
Yes. Yes. No scheduling.
And exactly. And this is the fun part. Your whole day goes like you are too strict in the morning, and then you are a little bit lenient to yourself. In the end of the day, you are too lenient to yourself.
Nice.
So that's how this whole thing is scheduled. And even for three parts, you can go into internal levels. For example, you do meditation, you do some exercise, you spend time with family. Maybe first you start with spending time with family because it's easiest for you
Hmm.
to do.
Yeah. Good.
And later, after weeks, start doing some mindfulness practice like meditation. After
Hmm.
some time, do workout, like that, step by step.
Yeah. All these are really important and needs to be incorporated.
Right. And the key part here is the step 3 or 4, both are same actually, being iterative, feedback loop I call. You keep
Mm-hmm.
on doing, you will get some problems while following this. Maybe every day after you wake up, you want to do mindfulness, but someone is disturbing you,
Hmm. Yeah.
right?
We
It
can expect that
happens.
to happen every single day.
Correct. So maybe you want to move your mindfulness to little bit later where no one disturbs you, or you want to
Hmm.
deal with the disturbance. Maybe it's your people. If it's people, you can talk to them and tell them like not to disturb you while you are meditating,
Hmm.
right? So none of the schedules works in the day one, even for the Elon Musk, who works almost 20 hours, 22 hours a day. It's based on the iterative progress, and based on the feedback loop you improvise, you correct the things or obstacles that are blocking you, and you move on it. That's how it works, and this is how you kind of work through the obstacles.
Really awesome and very, very helpful. Thank you so much for all the wonderful ideas and information you shared.
Awesome. I hope everyone puts it into practice and learns something a bit or two from this.
Sure, Kandipa. I'm going to try it. I told you, right? I am going to try it from Monday morning.
Awesome, awesome.
I'd like to tell this to everyone who is struggling to maintain that state of equilibrium, including me in the first place. Gary Keller said, work is like a rubber ball. If you drop it, it'll bounce back to you. But the other balls, like family, health, friends, and integrity, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, it will be irrevocably scuffed or nicked, perhaps even shattered.
That's beautifully told quote, Vanmathi. It's really says how important all the aspects and values are to us. And on this regard, I would like to add one more thing that is actually
Mm-hmm.
told by Stephen Covey. He says the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities.
Exactly. With these two awesome quotes, we'll end today's podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all in the next podcast.
Until then, stay safe, stay happy.
Sayonara.